Thank you. Thank you, Mark. First of all, everybody take a nice deep breath in. Let it all the way out. And fill up. This is going to be a great day. I'm so delighted to kick this thing off. You're going to have a phenomenal day. And I'm also excited to give you just a taste of what's been my passion for the last 40 years, which is I call breakthrough leadership. Now, breakthrough leadership is leadership, all right, it's really future-ready leadership. It's leadership that lets you thrive on change. It's leadership, all right, that really creates an impact on other people. But most of all, breakthrough leadership is leadership for everyone, because everyone's a leader. All right, how do you show up every day? That's leadership. All right, what kind of impact do you have on people? Do you raise them? Do you lower them? Do you keep them neutral? That's leadership. All right, but today we're going to learn about breakthrough leadership. And breakthrough leadership focuses on three controllables. What I control these controllables. And the first is called vision. All breakthroughs start with vision. You have to see it before it becomes manifest. So since all breakthroughs start with vision, we're going to start with vision. And I'm going to ask you a vision question. Silly question. Hesitate to ask a room of such bright people, but nothing venture, nothing gain. But I need you to participate, all right, just like Mark got you to do. Let's see, I'll ask a color question. What color, and call it out loud, what color is a yield sign? What color is a yield sign? I go yellow. Do you know that more than 40 years ago, the United States switched to the international signage standards? And every yield sign that everyone in this room has seen for 40 years is not yellow, it's red and white. It looks exactly like that. How many of you drive? Just let me check on that right now, yeah. In my team, we don't yield to nobody, all right. Now, here's the key question. You have seen thousands of yield signs. You see the same yield signs every day if you drive a similar route. You could not have come here this morning without passing dozens of yield signs, and you haven't seen one of them. Why? Because the secret that allows you to begin to control your vision is simply this. Almost everyone I know, you, me, my children, your customers, almost everyone I know rarely uses their vision to see. We don't use our vision. You know what we use instead? We use our memory and our conditioning. And whenever we use our memory to see, we do not see what is, we see what was. And the second you lock onto what was, you block out what is and could be. Now, that's well and good for yield signs, but where does it really matter to you as a breakthrough leader, since you're all the CEOs of your own life? One word, people. People. Change the way you look at people, the people you look at change. Change the way you see yourself, the self you see will change. I'll give you an example. When my oldest daughter, Kelsey, went away to college, I missed her so much. But when she came home the very first time for Thanksgiving holiday, I finally realized how long I had been looking at my beautiful daughter. Though I love her completely, I've been staring at her forever as if she was an old yellow yield sign. I've been looking at her like she's still my little 11-year-old girl. Hey, she's been driving her own car for 3 years. Every day she's waking up hundreds and hundreds of miles away from us and deciding what she's going to do with the greatest gift we're ever given, which is called today. She came home that Thanksgiving, walked in the door, announced to her mom and I that she had already applied for, already been accepted to go to a very special service program in Ghana, in Africa, because my daughter wants to make the world better. And I looked at my Kelsey that day, maybe for the very first time. And I realized that every time I looked at her as if she were an old yellow yield sign, what happened to our relationship? It went backwards until I looked at the beauty, the courage, the maturity, the incredible young woman that was right in front of me right now. Does that make sense? The first step in being a breakthrough leader is to stand tall and become a world-class yield sign finder about the people that you lead and serve, about the people that you love, but most of all about the person you look at in the mirror, because when you change the way you look at people, the people you look at change. Change the way you see yourself, the self you see will change. So step one, breakthrough leadership, control your vision. Step two, control your energy. I like to call it e-power, all right? Your energy. Everything is energy, but it's human energy that matters, all right? And so why is your energy so important? Well, if you get nothing else from today and you get this little thing, you got a ton. Why is your energy so important? Here's why. To your children for the rest of your life. To your customers, every one of them, every day. To your teammates, to your boss. To anyone you care about having a major positive impact on your life, please hear this. Your energy is your example. Your energy is your example. People won't remember much of what you say, no matter how well you say it. And they'll never forget your energy. They get your energy before you open your mouth, after you've closed your mouth. They get your energy over the phone, they've never seen your face. So, how do you begin to control the controllable of energy in a practical, daily way? The best way I know is to focus on your energy on a simple 10-point scale. Now, on a 10-point energy scale, on that scale, 1 is comatose, okay? 10 is a child on Christmas morning. 10 is the way you feel when you just did the greatest job of your life at something you have a passion for. 10 is the way everyone in this room is going to feel at the end of this session when one of you has a breakthrough you didn't know you could do when you walked in this room. All right? So the key question is, here's the make it the $1 trillion question. This is a life-changing, you-changing, family-changing, health-changing, career-changing question. When you think about that 10-point energy scale, where have you been living your life? Man, that's a great question. And then how do you elevate that? Thought 6, 7. How do you elevate that consistently? Well, there's 2 key ways to elevate energy. In this short showcase, I can only tell you one. It's the most profound. And that is, energy is directly connected to your purpose. Whenever you have purpose, you have energy. Now, I bring this little photo with me to every event that I go to. And it's a photo of my family. They are my purpose. I love them more than life itself. And as good looking as all of these people are, I don't bring this with me to show you. I bring it with me to show me. And the last thing I do before I speak, as I did today, is always the same. I go to that photo and I spend time with them. 30 seconds. And it changes me. See, it doesn't matter if my knees ache. It doesn't matter how many flights I miss. All that matters when I go to my purpose is if I don't give you my absolute best, my greatest energy, I'm not giving them my best. And I simply won't do that. Does that make sense? So as you start to elevate your focus on purpose, that number will begin to rise. You'll go from 6.3 to 7.5 to 8.2 to 9.4. As soon as you get above 9.0, a couple things will happen. Your movement will change. You'll be physically more vibrant. You'll begin to focus much more on solution than on the obstacle. And you'll become easy to impress, but really hard to offend. And that is a dynamite recipe for a great life. So step 2 is to focus on your purpose and control your controllable, called your energy. Step 3, and this is the most important one when it comes to building people, building teams, and building relationships. And that third controllable is called presence. This one I call the gift. It's so important that I call it the gift, and look at all the stuff you're not getting today. Here we go. All right. And it says, I am fully present. Now, what does that mean? When you're fully present, 100% of your mind, body, and spirit is with the person you're with where they are now. Now, how many of you have ever been with somebody where you know their body's present, but the rest of them is most definitely in another county? How many of you ever had that happen before? Yeah. All right. So let me ask you a really important question. How does it make you feel when someone you wish to be fully present with you is not fully present with you? How does it make you feel when somebody you want to connect with is obviously much more interested in peeking at their cell phone when they're talking to you than they are connecting with you? How does it make you feel? Yeah. For some people, it makes them angry. For some people, it just makes them sad. But for every human being I've ever known, when someone we wish to be fully present with us is not fully present with us, it makes us feel worth less. It makes us feel insignificant and unimportant. And I'm going to get down to, here is the simple truth. What is the job of you as a breakthrough leader? Because you're all breakthrough leaders. Here's our job. Our job is to help the people that we lead, serve, and love to know they're important, to know they're significant. Because when people feel important, they rise, and when people feel unimportant, they fall or they leave. Now, I want you to get how powerful this simple principle is to control your presence. When I became the vice president general manager of a very large training company a very long time ago, my director of operations, her name was Raffaella Regina Rossi. What a name. All right. She was very talented, but she harbored a huge amount of animosity towards me when I took the role. Why? Because I had replaced somebody she had been really loyal to, and she construed that that was my doing. I tried everything I thought I knew because our team was like ice. We were walking on eggshells, afraid to move because we couldn't hide this tension. I tried giving her compliments. I tried giving her space. I tried being directive. Nothing worked. And then I remember what my job was. It's your job. My job was to help Raffaella know she was important. My job was to help Raffaella know that I was fully present for her. So I asked her to come in my office. I was dead honest with her. I said, Raffaella, we're not working. We've got to find a way to break through. It's killing our team. We're not going anywhere. And I said, I'd like to ask you if you'd allow me to do something. And that is for 10 minutes, I will just listen to you. You can say whatever's on your mind, however you want to say it. I will not interrupt. I will not defend. I will not argue. I will just listen. After that 10 minutes, I just asked that you give me 10 minutes. Would you do it? I'll never forget Raffaella's statement. She said, Brian, I don't think I can talk for 10 minutes. I said, would you try? It's important we break through. An hour later, she stopped talking. And in that hour, she completely transformed our relationship. She realized she had not been fair. She realized that we had incredible energy if we put them together. Over the next 6 months, our team did more than we'd done in the previous 3 years. People were excited coming to work. They had a smile on their face. We were creative, innovative. We were taking positive risks. 30 years later, she's one of my very dearest friends. And I just realized I never got my 10 minutes. I didn't even get my 10 minutes. Now, what did I say to Raffaella during that time of being present? First of all, I honored the greatest human need, which is the need to feel heard. But most of all, I said to her what we say whenever we're present. I said, you're important. You matter. You count. And whenever you're not present, you speak louder. Please do this with your children. The average American father today spends an average of 9.5 hours on either a cellular or a digital device and less than 8 minutes a day in interaction with his children. We think our children are addicted to technology, they're indifferent. Where did they get that? From those meals where we're all sitting there looking at our cell phones instead of actually talking to each other? I like to bring this one alive with kind of a corny poem, but I'm known to be pretty corny, so here's what it says. It says, the past is history, the future, a mystery. The gift is now. That's why we call it the present. Now, when you put those three controllables together, you control your vision, you control your energy, you control your presence. You create what every one of you showed up here today for. Everyone who came for the same reason. That is to create breakthrough results for your team. And breakthrough results are doing things you never thought you could do. And so long ago, I learned something that's going to make the end of this session rock. And that is when we hear, we forget. When we see, we remember. But it's only when we do that we understand. And so I'm called America's Breakthrough Coach because I like people to have a real experience of what happens when you control your vision, your energy, and your presence. I have people have a real-life breakthrough experience they never thought they could do. And the last thing that happens in my program is every single person in the group breaks through a 1-inch thick board karate style. Now, we don't have time for everybody to do it today, but in just a minute, we're all going to come up around the stage, fill this area, and I will choose one person. Now, here's the cool part. I don't know who it'll be. It could be any of you. I'll choose one person who will have the breakthrough experience for all of us. But no, the whole team breaks through every single board. Now, it's not just for the fun of it, though. It's the most fun thing ever. All right? It is a most accurate metaphor of breaking through. And the board represents a limit, fear, obstacle, habit, or doubt. That today is the day you're ready to say, never again will I let this hurt my children. Never again will I let this ruin my confidence. So the board represents that obstacle. Example, when I broke my first board 29 years ago, I wrote on the front of my board one word, the word procrastination. It was procrastination about writing books. Now, if we were all breaking boards, we'd also write on the back of our board, and that's the breakthrough side. And what you write on that side is, what's waiting for me when I have broken through? What am I going to do, be, feel, create, have in my life? Because I no longer am held back by that obstacle. And I wrote the words, freedom, abundance, and truth to my word. Then when I broke through and I wrote my books, I bring my family new abundance. We'd have freedoms we never dreamed of before, and I'd be living my word every day. So in just a second, I'm going to have you all come up to the front of the room. You got to move swiftly, but please do not trip. Watch out for any wires. On the way up, I want you to ask yourself, if it's me that gets chosen, what am I ready to break through in my life? And see yourself writing it on front of your board. And then once you're clear of that, what's on the other side? So everybody up, come on up, let's come up close. And do not think that if you hang out in the back, you're safe. That's where I would pick most people. All right, so come on up, right up close. Everybody get in here, right in close. Again, if you think you're going to be safe in the back, you're not. All right, as you're coming up, think about what you write on your board. Fear of failure, fear, worry, stress, anxiety, sadness, loss. Maybe for some of you, it's physical. It's a habit you want to begin or one you want to change. Maybe for some of you, it's anger, impatience. Get in the middle here, too, because I can't see anybody on the sides. No, don't get behind me. The glare is really bad back there. Okay. All right. So maybe for some of you on the front of the board, it's fear of wood. Okay, all right. So That's what's on the front of the board. But here's the secret. You don't focus on the front of the board. You know what it is. You see what you're ready to break through. What's on the other side? And think about what you would write if you were the person chosen. All right, what would be on the side that's waiting for you when you're broken through? Joy, energy, presence, focus, peace of mind, love, faith, hope. All of the above to the 14th power. So that's what's on your board. Now, what I love about what we're about to do in just a second is if we were in a normal seminar, I'd have 30 to 45 minutes minimum doing this. I got 4. Sound familiar? All right, we have to do more with less, and what's the most precious resource? Called time. So when you control those 3 controllables, it's amazing what you can do in a shorter time. So everybody stand comfortable, hands by your side. JB, move forward so others can move forward too. Come on. All right, everybody stand comfortable. All right, and so we're going to learn the physical parts. Now, there's a lot of learning that goes to this, but today we just have to streamline. So everybody comfortable. Now, everybody who is right-handed, take your left foot, put in front of you, and bend your knee. So if you're right, which foot's in front? Left. If you're left-handed, put your right foot in front. And in that position, center. You're not leaning forward. You're not leaning backwards. You're just perfectly centered. Now, take your non-dominant arm. So if righties with your left, put it straight in front of you in a stop sign. We're going to break the board with an open stop sign hand. Now take the dominant hand and pull it back as a coiled up spring. Key thing, as that hand comes back, do not put your elbow down. Elbows down there, hands up there, you're going to slap at it. Not very effective. And the motion to break a board, see, a team is about we, but it starts with me. It starts on the inside. And the way we break a board, picture a rope from the front hand around to the other hand. So the second that hand is tugged back, the other is driven forward with full extension, and we say the ultimate breakthrough word, which is the word woo. W-O-O. Everybody say woo. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo. Say it again. Woo. Anybody ask what you did this morning? You say woo. I like your woo. Now, woo stands for something. Woo stands for window of opportunity, which is every precious moment. You never know if the next person you meet at this showcase today, if they may become a lifelong friend. You only break through when you seize the woo. Pretty poetic. I didn't know that. Okay, now, everybody in that position, front arm out, right and back, all the way back here, and on 3 with a lot of zip, a lot of joy, full extension, and an outrageous woo, and please do not kill the person directly in front of you. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, woo! Excellent, good job. Give yourselves a hand. So, the moment of truth. Who is going to break the board today? As I walk around here right now, I'm getting a really good idea who hopes it's not them. Some people have suddenly lost eye contact. Okay, all right. Now, I always let my heart be driven to who the right person is. And it's amazing how it works sometimes. I got it. Now, I want you to know I would not choose you if I didn't know you could do this. I also want you to know I would choose any of you. You're all breakthrough leaders. I don't normally do it, but I got to do it today because it's a huge day in her life. I'm going to choose Susan Lauterbach right here. It's Susan. Give her a hand. Come up here. Come on, darling. Long way up here. So first of all, does Susan deserve your full-out support? Yes. All right. You better believe it, baby, because it could have been you looking at the ground over there. All right. All right, so here's the way we do it. Susan, 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 cut. When we actually do it, I want you all to break through. I want you to double the volume, the passion, the unconditional support. When she's going for it, you do not exist. What you do is you care about her breakthrough, because her breakthrough is your breakthrough. The whole team breaks through every single board. So let's raise it up a whole notch. Here we go. Ready? Susan, Susan, Susan. Come on, come on. Keep it up. I can hear you. You know what you want to break through. You know what's on your board. Look at my eyes and not at the board. All right, here we go. Get that arm up, a lefty. Excellent. All right, beautiful. Right there. Beautiful. Little bit lower. Right there. Woo! Come on! Look at my eyes. So, how do you feel about Susan now? I checked with her. She's going to sign autographs at lunch today. All right. Everybody take a nice deep breath in. Let it all the way out. I just wanted to give you a taste of what you already are. You are a breakthrough leader, whether it's at work or at home. But if you want to be a great one, you got to control your vision. She had to look beyond the board. You got to control your energy. At level 2, this puppy's a brick. So are the other real breakthroughs in life. And the key was everyone being present with unconditional energy. When you do that, you're going to have breakthrough results. Give her one more hand. Is she awesome or what? And that's for you. Have a great day. That's it. All right.
Give it up for our speaker. I can't remember his name, but man, he's got great energy. How about that? That guy's got energy. No. Brian Biro, page. Page 14. Page 14 in your workbook. Fill out these evaluations, please.